assessment of Tara to see what her pattern is so I know how best I can help her today. Some good things that I already noticed in Tara's body that I want to point out are just her nice open shoulders, nice open chest, nice long neck. She's got a lot of support from underneath, from below in her legs and her pelvis that are supporting her rib cage and her shoulder girdle and her head and neck. So there's some already good things that are happening in her body. One thing that I noticed in this view is a little bit of a right tilt in her shoulder girdle, such that her right one, which looks on my left side, is a little bit lower than the right. And usually that stems from not as much support from below on that right side. And there's a little bit of a shift of her head in relation to her neck, such that her head's just a little bit over to the right side of her neck. And Tara, I'm going to have you face the wall here. We'll see a side view. And one thing looking at Tara's pattern here is, if you see, she's got quite a nice arch in her back. So much like it's kind of like a bowstring in the back, where that's the really short end. And you can see the front through her abdomen is kind of the stretched long. So I'm really curious about what's happening in both that front to back balance, but especially what might be happening in the back muscles there. But I like her alignment of her shoulders over her pelvis, even with that bend in her back. She still navigates that really nicely, such that her hips, her shoulders, and her head all come up into a nice line from this side. You want to face the back, Tara? And from this angle, the little shift of her head over to the right is a little bit more noticeable. But her shoulders still look pretty even, even though that right one is down just a little bit. And go ahead and another quarter turn. Just looking at all views. And it looks to me like her shoulders are pretty equal on both sides. One isn't predominantly forward than the other. And then back to me. Okay. It's that right side of your rib cage. And see if we can open that up a little bit more. And it's totally negating all of the lower body that might be contributing to that. Let's have you on the table, and we're going to do a little bit of kind of some rib cage work.